Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boston Unlimited here once again, and then today we're making this video as a video with regards to the fight between Daniel Dubois, DDD, against Joseph Parker for the IBF heavyweight title. Who wins in this fight? That is the question we're asking, and then we'll tell you that in no particular order in a minute. We have to start first from Dubois. He's the champion, and Joseph Parker is the contender in this fight. Is coming out. Dubois is coming out from defeat. He has knockout defeats of Miller, Hegovic, and the AJ. That of AJ was so emphatic, and his stock has risen. Everybody wants him. He's the man on the top now. He's confident at the minute, and he's got momentum as well. And that is not to say that Parker hasn't got momentum as well. But Parker has momentum. He's confident as well. He's beating arguably the two biggest punchers in the heavyweight division, in the person of Zhilian Zhang and Deontay Wilder. Anybody who takes those guys out could face any person. Dubois is heavy-handed, is a good puncher, no doubt about that. Parker also, Parker's punches are good, but he's very fast and his movement is slick, Is he going to be a worry for Dubois in this fight? We'll see when the fight comes up. But what we're going to tell you today is that both boxers have got confidence and momentum in their thread. They've been undefeated in pretty tough fights that probably nobody gave them a chance to win. And they've faced adversity and have adapted to adversity. It's a dangerous fight, to be honest with you, for Dubois, because Parker is more experienced. He's a former WBO heavyweight champion of the world. He was beaten on points decision against Joshua. He's been knocked out once by Joe Joyce, just like Dubois. Dubois has been knocked out. He took a knee against Joyce, and he also took a knee against Usyk. So these are the adversity we're talking of. They've come out of it, and since then they've been winning. Parker, on the other hand, has been knocked out by Joe Joyce, who said that before. And it's a good fight, but it's a dangerous fight for Dubois. For his first defense of the title, anything can happen in this fight. To be honest with you, I think Parker is fast and can take a punch as well. His movement is slick. His move, it comes from the inside. Well, if you look at their height or their reach advantage, is quite similar. Similar in the way that Dubois is 6'5", Parker is 6'4", and the range of their reach is almost the same. So it's an equal fight, to say the least. It's a 50-50 fight. But to be honest with you, I have to be honest and straightforward with you. Parker has got advantage in experience. But Dubois, who is a young 27-year-old guy, he's just coming up, and he's got experience from the fights he's had. And he's got too much confidence at the moment. The momentum is on the high. And to beat Dubois in this period, you have to be very careful, because having wiped Joshua out and slayed the king, as he said, he's ready to go on and slay another king, or create a scenario that will make his ratings go high in the heavyweight division. Having said that, we'll say that body punches is vital in this fight. We have body punches against Parker. We know Parker is a good body puncher, no doubt about that. We saw it in his fight with Zhilian Zhang. We saw it in his fight with Deontay Wilder. But to be honest with you, Dubois is another cup of tea. Dubois is young, he's hungry, he's aggressive. But for Parker to beat Dubois, or have a chance of beating Dubois, he has to come from the front foot. Dubois doesn't like fighting on the back foot, and he doesn't like body punches. So, but fighting Dubois, you have to be careful with so many things. Dubois is a rough guy, can use every part of his body. He's not apologetic about that. he's coming to a fight for a win. And for him to get that win, he has to use all tactics available. He has to be very aware of his head, because he comes with his head sometimes, especially when he's in trouble. And Dubois can take a punch as well. So Dubois at 27 is got everything necessary to become, a real proper talk in the heavyweight division. He's warring for other boxers. In this fight, they will need variety of punches, to be successful. Through uppercuts, hooks, jabs. But the most important thing is to control the fight with your jab. When you come in with those jabs, it sets up your right combos. Right combos. Boom, boom, boom. Three jabs at a row. Back, 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 back. And you're taking the position and then keeping the other boxer out of the position, and then you release your haymaker. Haymakers, we saw that in Joshua fight and know that Dubois can bang. And he can take a punch as well. For you to beat Dubois, you have to overcome him with combinations. We saw Usyk do that. Combinations. And push him on the back foot. Parker is a thorough fighter. He can fight on the back foot. He can fight on the front foot. He's got experience, a former heavyweight champion of the world. And so Dubois have to pay attention to the movement of Parker. Joseph Parker, again, on the other hand, has to pay attention, because Dubois, who loves fighting on the front foot, if you remove that from him, he has no idea. He's uncomfortable. And for you to win Dubois in this fight, for Parker to win, he has to make Dubois uncomfortable in every way, in every department of the fight. And come through the body punches, will sap his energy up, weaken his legs, and then make him uncomfortable. That is the way Parker wins. And I think at the end of the day, if this fight comes up, and because we think the fight will be made, because Wadley, who was supposed to be the person to fight, the boxer to fight Dubois, and Dubois has already accepted the challenge, might not fight him because of inexperience. But I don't think that is wise, but that is a story for another day. We'll make a video on that at the end of the day, and tell you what we feel about Wadley and Dubois. Coming back to this fight against Parker. Parker, the New Zealand guy, he's got momentum, he's got experience, he's got power, he's got slickness, his work rate is very high, and his cardio is also strong. His timing also is very important in this fight. He's timing your punches and then getting them, flush, trying to hit flush. And taking the sting out of punches is also very important. Dubois can be hit, his head movement is not sleek as of that of Parker. And let us see what is going to happen. Well, we're calling this fight, and we're looking at it, and we're saying that it might surprise everybody. Parker, for us here, we feel Parker wins this fight by decision because of his work rate, his intelligence, his discipline, his defense. But he could go down and come up again. I don't know if Dubois goes down, if it's possible for him to come up and keep fighting. But we've seen him he's done that before when he fought Lerena. But Lerena is not the same thing with fight with Lerena. Is not Lerena from South Africa. Is not the same thing with fighting Joe Parker, Joseph Parker of New Zealand. The experience and the work rate and the power is and the angles Parker says, because angle we say always in this channel that styles make fight. So whoever has a superior style in this fight will win and will carry the day and become the new IBF champion. This fight is a voluntary defense by Dubois. Why he is selecting Parker, I do not know. He's mandated to have any person from the top 15 fighters. But Parker is the number one. Parker is the WBO interim champion. Coming against Dubois, who is just I don't think it's the right thing to do by his matchmakers. I think Dubois, even though he's going to sell and is proper heavy fight, I think Dubois should be looking for lesser, opponents in this fight, And then in his next match, which will be a mandatory defense, then, that will be between Martin Bakoli and Ajit Kabayao, who are going to fight for the final elimination, mandatory elimination. I think he would have had an easier fight, rest from the fights he's had over this period, because in the last 11 or 12 months, he's been in fights and fights. He's fought Miller, knocked him, stopped him. He's fought Higovich, stopped him. He fought Joshua, 3 big fights in a row. He should have some fight that that is not so, a fight a voluntary fight where he makes the selection. And we had thought that Wadley would have been the person, but as we said before, we'll come down to that later in another video that we're going to make about Dubois. The next video we're going to make proper is about Dubois and Wadley and what happened there. Our time is up. Do have a nice day. God bless. Cheers.